In this video we are going to convert this image into HTML and CSS without using any framework. So in case if you are wondering how we have created this whole layout, I have created this layout with the help of Elementor plugin from WordPress. So this is a video which we have created from scratch, and this is the WordPress video. If you're familiar with the Elementor plugin, it's just a drag and drop thing, drag and drop plugin. I have just dragged the item and dropped it, and this is how the template is created. Now we are going to convert it into HTML and CSS. Fine. Just to start with the basic stuff, I have added some required CDNs. The first one is the font Poppins, and the second one is also the font Restaural font, and the third one is again the font which is Oswald. Then we have font awesome icons, then we have style sheet. Along with that, I have added some style sheet which is required for all element. Remove the margin and padding and add the border box along with the font family Poppins, and the font size is going to be 16 and the font weight is going to be 500 again. The headings are going to have the font Restaural around and the font weight is 600. Fine, let's get started with the first section, which is phone number and the font awesome icon. So we'll create div with class header, and inside the header we'll have container, and not to forget, this is the 9th video. We are converting it from image to HTML and CSS to see all the related website, to see all the related pages or the related YouTube content which I have created, get into the playlist. So in this particular playlist of PSD to HTML, this is the 9th video. Great. Now after the container is because we are getting some spaces on left and right, and then comes column number 1. If you want, you can add a row. Inside that we need column, 2 columns. The first column is going to have phone number and the link, and the second one is going to have the social links. Now let's add a paragraph, and this paragraph is going to have some font awesome icon and then phone number. This is not the original number, I'm just making it. And then we have again a paragraph which is going to be help center. You can make this link as well. I'm making it paragraph, not an issue. Then again we'll have paragraph, and inside each paragraph I'm going to have span tag, and inside each span there will be font awesome icon. So let me fill the font awesome icon for you. So I have added the required font awesomes. Now let's style the HTML which you have created. The first one is going to be header. The header will be having container, and inside container we have row, and inside row we have column, and inside column we have paragraph. So to differentiate, what we can do is we are going to use the nth child of row colon nth child CHIL. So this is nth child of this one. First column has P and the second columns P. So why I am doing this? It is because this paragraph or in common, that in a particular website there can be many paragraph, there can be many P tag. So to specifically target that section, to avoid overriding of CSS, I'm using this kind of tricks. Then let's first add the background color, which is going to be the light one, and then we have padding top, bottom, left, right 20 pixel, and then we have a container. For the container, the max width is going to be 1100 pixel, and the margin 0 and auto. This will make it at the center. So let's add a common style for margin, and let's remove this. Now if I see, let's see how does it looks. Not bad. Now for all the element inside the header, I want the color to be white. Great. Now inside the row, we'll make a display flex so that we get two columns side by side. And to give the width, let's add the flex basis. Flex basis 50% for both, 50%, 50%, 50% for this flex, this column, and 50% for this column. And for the second paragraph, align self flex end. Align self will not work because we haven't added a height to it, so let's add a text align right. And now let's make this column display flex. Actually it should be for the nth child 1. Great. Now let's add a margin right 20 pixel. Let's make 40 pixel. Now to give space, it has span, again margin right 20 pixel. It's the spelling pixel. That's going to be so much space. Let's make it 10. Almost here. If you want, you can give the font size. Great. Now let's work on the menu section. ID with menu, inside container, we have first, second and third. Again row, column into 3 times. The first one is going to be logo box, class logo box. This is going to have image tag. And then we have this logo, which is inside imgs slash dot png. Then we have logo link, menu link, anchor tag, hash, type anything. We have 3 links, and finally one search icon. Let's make search box, then add input. We'll just add the icon. Fine, I have added it, the font awesome icon and the links. Now let's style the HTML which I created. Menu has container has row has column, and first column as icon box or logo box, and the logo box as image, and second column has links, and links as anchor tag, and then we have third column has search box, and that's it. Let's check the spelling. Logo box, links, search box. Great. And now let's give the background color and the padding, just like we did for the header section. Now let's see how does it looks. The menu will be too large, so let's make this small. Width of 400 pixel, and for the image tag max width is going to be 100%. Refresh it. Again, it's too much. 300, 100, 150. Great. Now we have a row. Let's make this display flex side by side, so you see, and let's make the color as white, just to see how does it looks. And now we have to give the width, so we have column nth child 1 for first column, second and third, x basis 50%, 40%, 10 pesos. That's great. Now the links, let's add a margin. For the second column, let's make it again display flex, and justify content flex end. Great. Again the same, copy paste this for the third column. What it is doing is I'm positioning it, and great. Search box also has an anchor tag, I guess. Color white, and let's give the margin right, just as we did. Let's make it 30 and check. Great. And remove the underline. Text decoration none. Okay, what I wanted to show you is I want this to be at the right side. So the first is 50% and then is 40%. So on the 40% I want it to be at the right side. I can simply do text align right, but that will not be appropriate. I just made text display flex so that it comes at the center, and then justify content flex end so that it comes at the right side of the container. Well, that's great. Now let's work on the banner section, which is very simple. So great. Now let's work on the banner section. The banner is going to have container and the container is going to have h3, some text, and paragraph, some text. Let me fill the paragraph and heading. So this is how it looks. So let's style this. We have banner. Banner has container. Container has heading 3 and paragraph. Great. We'll give the background color for the container as purple. And whatever is there inside should have color white. And then let's give the min height 400 pixel. Now say let's align this content at the center. So for that, display flex. Since we have given height, justify and center, align items center, and don't forget to add flex direction column, so one below other. Now we haven't given height to the container, that's why the align item is not working. Now that's great. Now let's add the font size. And padding bottom 50 pixel. This is how it looks. So far so good. If you want some space, what you can do is you can add ampersand NBSP, non-breaking space, the same way over here. Three times. Now you see it is working. Now let's work on the grid section, column section again. Great. Now let's call this section as what? Service section. Let's make this as an ID. Inside the service we have container. Inside container we have row. Inside row we have column, 2 columns. The first column is going to have paragraph and some text, then heading, some text, then again some paragraph, then again some paragraph. And the second column is going to have image box class, and then we have image. So let's open Control O, imgs 11 imgs/11.jpg. Now if I refresh, how does it looks? This is how it looks. Now let me add the content. Fine, the content is ready. Now the time for service have container has row, and row has column, and column has paragraph, and again we have image box, and image box has image. Let's add max height again. don't think Excel is required for this, but we skip it. We'll get the row and add a display flex. Now to adjust it, we have to give max width of 400 pixel. Let's see whether we have image box. Yes. Great. The only thing is overflow. Then let's add max width 100% for the image, and let's add the flex basis for the columns. This time it's going to be 50%. Great. Now to differentiate the first column, colon nth child of first column, display flex, justify content, center, align item, center. Refresh it and add the flex direction. Column. Now if I refresh, this is how it looks. And we have H3 and paragraph. Text align, left, not working. Great. Then let's add justify content flex start. Fine, that is working. Now we don't need this. We just need to add a margin right. Pixel. Let's add the H3 font size 30 pixel. And padding bottom 20 pixel. The same for paragraph as well. Great. Let's add some more height with the 700. So just to see what is happening, let me add a margin bottom of 500 pixel. Pixel seems to be very big. Oh, let me get 10 pixel. So almost close. Just the color for the heading. refresh it. Great. Well, that seems close. Now let's work on the grid section. So before that we have added margin. Let me remove that. Let's give margin bottom 100 pixel or 75 pixel. Now let's work on grid section. Inside grid we have container, inside container we have row, inside row we have column. The column is again going to have inner column, and then the inner column has icon. Let's make a icon box. Inside icon box let me add the icon, and then we have h6 some text, and then we have paragraph lorem ipsum content, so we'll fill it. And then we have a link with a read more and the icon. So let me fill the content. So we have our first content ready. Likewise we need to make 3 more column 2 and column 3. Now let's design it with CSS, grid, container, row, column. Inside column we have icon box, inner column, and inside inner column we have icon box. And after icon box we have h6, then we have anchor tag and paragraph, and then we have anchor tag. Great. Now let's work on this. Let's add a background color, -edb, and min height 400 pixel, and for the row it is going to be display flex. Refresh it. See, this is how it looks. So let's add padding. So before adding padding, let's make it at the center. Align item center, justify content center. And let's give the column padding top of 100 pixel. There seems to be an issue. Column, so we need to give the height to make the align content align item work. Great. You don't need margin, you don't need padding. So just like we added, let me make this just to see what is really happening. Now on the image, the icon box has I tag. Let's change font size 30 pixel. And we want the text line to be center. Get the column text align center, and let's give the column flex spaces 33%, and for the inner column margin right 50 pixel, and then let's add box shadow 1 pixel, top bottom left right, blur and color. So if I refresh it, we just have to edit it with Chrome Inspector. We'll do it, not an issue. Get the inner column, top, bottom, blurriness and the color black. Let's add the padding, top bottom 20 pixel, left right 20 pixel. So the inner column is going to have background as white. Let's padding bottom for heading and for paragraph and for anchor tag. We just need 2 lines. So I have made the Laravel as 2 line. Now that's great. Now let's work on the anchor tag, which is really very straightforward. Font weight 700 and color as black. Text decoration as none. Well, that's great. Just have to change the color of the H6 and icon. Get the color for H6 and for icon. Just refresh it. Well, that's great. This is what we needed. So let's add some space at the top for service section. 50. Top 50. No. Padding top 50 pixel. Let's see how does it looks. Great. Now let's work on this section. We'll call this section as business section. We have container. So before that, we'll create heading section. Inside container, we have paragraph, some text and heading. Some text. Let me fill the text. So let's style this. Starting with heading. Then comes container, then comes heading and paragraph. Just make text align center. That's it. Margin top. padding top of 20 pixel, font size 30 pixel, top, left, right, bottom, shorthand property, rate, if you want you can reduce the font, padding. Well, that's it. Now let's work on the business section. Inside business we have container, inside container we have row, inside row we have column, then we have image box, then we have image. Let's choose the image on the imgs folder, which is image8.jpg. Then comes the other column, here if you see we'll create inner column. Inside inner column we have first column and second column. So we'll make calls. So this is really confusing, isn't it? Inner, first inner, and then the second inner. The first inner is going to have some font or some icon, and the second inner is going to have h3, some text, lorem ipsum third, and then paragraph, lorem ipsum 10 words. Now if I refresh, this is how it looks. Likewise we need inner column of 3 times. Now let's style this. We have business, container, row, and then we have column, then we have image box. Let's get the image box. Then we have image, then we have second column, colon, nth child, second column, and the second column gonna have inner column, and this inner column is going to have again a class inner, and this inner is going to have h3 and paragraph. So let's add an icon box as well. Here icon box, inside the icon box we'll have the icon. So let's add this icon box. Great. Now if I refresh, this is how it looks. If you want, you can change nothing. I just change the font. Awesome icon. Now we clearly know what we are going to do. Display flex, and the flex space is of 50%. Now let's set the image box width of 500 pixel, max width of 100 pixel, and the max width for image tag is going to be 100%. That means it is going to take the container size. We're going to make 600, and we'll make it 60 and 40. And for colon nth child 2, and this is going to be 50 and this is going to be 40. Press it. Great. Alright, now we have inner column. So before the inner column, for the second one, let's add the margin left of 30 pixel. Great. Now this inner column will make this display flex, and for the first inner, colon nth child, let's add padding right of 20 pixel. Should be too much, 10 pixel. Let's add the font size for the icon box. Font size 30 pixel. Not bad. No, we need to add 50 pixel. Then H3 going to have font size of 30 pixel. Too much, 25. And for each inner column, we need a margin top of 20 pixel. And to reduce the font size for the font awesome icon, I'll make 40. And for margin top, 20 pixel for icon. Now that seems alright, so close. If you think 20 pixel is too much, let's make it this as 15 pixel for the margin top. So let me type these text, or let me add the color for H3 and icon. So let's add margin bottom of 50 pixel. Refresh it. Well, great. If you want to stretch, you can stretch it, but I'm not stretching it. I'm just adding the required content. Well, that seems alright. So let's try to increase the font size of icons. And then again we need the heading, CC. we'll just copy with the same heading section again. I'm not going to change the text, but I'll leave it as it is. Then now we need the team section, id team container row column image. I don't think image box is required. Let's add image box. Image box class is required. Image tag. On the ifjs file, we'll take this guy first. Then we have h3 and then we have paragraph, the designation, likewise we need 3 columns. Great. Now copy, create the style for this, hash team container row column paragraph heading image box and image. Great. Likewise, we already know display flex for row and flex basis for column, 33% or 25%. If I refresh, you can give margin right. Well, we don't have to modify the height as it is fixed perfectly. Just make the text decoration, text align center for the column. So whatever is there, it gets properly aligned. Great. Now, just as we did, margin bottom for the container. Now let's work on the footer section, which is really very similar. Create footer section, then we have container, then we have row, then we have column. The first column going to have image, logo, some description and the social links. So for that, let me add logo box, image tag, images slash logo.png. Then I have paragraph with RMS from 15 text. Then I have social links with class social. We'll copy paste the same thing. And then on the second column, we have heading, some text, and then we have paragraph, some text, anchor tag, some text inside this, anchor tag, likewise 2, 3 and 4, and the second column is going to be same, and finally the third column will have contact info and the text. Let me type the text. So I have added the text. So if I refresh, this is how it looks. So bad. So the space is the image space. So let's style this. We have ID, footer, then container, then row, then column, colon, nth child. So we have 4 columns. Two, three, 4. Second, third, fourth. Then inside the column we have logo box. Inside the logo box we have image, and then we have paragraph, then we have social links, social class, and then we have span tag inside the social class. And inside the column we have h3 and paragraph. Great. Now let's deal with this. We all know display flex, and let's give the width to the image box. Max width 100%. Let's give the background color as grayish, and padding top bottom 20 pixel, left right 0. Let's see how does it looks. Not bad. So the mistake is I have added inside the anchor tag. Great, I have removed the anchor tag for paragraph, and now whatever it has, I want the color to be white. Great. Now let's work on the flex spaces. Flex basis. Now let's deal with the column 30, 25, 25, 25. This seems to be 30. The first one is 30%. Likewise, the last one is also 30%. Let's make this 15, 15, and the left one is 35. So the count should be 100. That's the cause. If I refresh, almost there. You see, we need a padding a little deeper, 50%, 50 pixel. Again deeper. Great. Now let's work on the first one, colon. Sorry, we have social already, so let's work on this. Padding top or margin top you can give. almost there. So we haven't given, let's make this 20 and we'll make this 45. Now let's check. $25, $40. Close that off. Now let's work on the span tags. Margin right 15 pixel, font size 15 pixel. Now let's make 20 pixel. Great. We just need border 50% border radius to work. To what we need is to make the border radius work. What you have to do is you have to give border 2 pixel solid red or white. First let's see how does it looks. So let's give the width and height, width of 75 pixel and height similar to it. $150 pixel. It doesn't seems to be working. Let's inspect this. Okay, the thing is you have to make this inline block. By default it is inline, that's why the width is not working. Display colon inline block. Now that will work. Refresh it. It's so big, you see. Great. Text align center. Let's make the font size slightly smaller. Let's remove the last one. Great, almost there. Just the font size color, you can manage it. Now we have the let's add padding bottom of 20 pixel for all the paragraph which is inside the column. And specifically for column which is available on nth child. Two, padding top bottom left right 0. The same way for third column. Let's add, choose the H3 again, H3 for second and third. Top 10 pixel, just for bottom. Great. Now we have anchor tag. color white, text transform, text decoration none. Refresh it. Well, that's great. If you want, you can modify it again. 30, 35. Great. Now finally we are close. The same way for column, done with it. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.